Hello and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. This pick a card reading is a general reading, so it should fit any situation you find yourself in. And as always, we have our three piles here with group 1 on the left through to group 3 on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I'm using. There is a link to my booking page. If you'd like a private reading, you can book one on there. There's also links to my social media pages in the description box, and you can check those out if you'd like to as well. That being said, I'll leave you with your selection and I hope you enjoy your reading. Hey group 1 and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen the pink or quartz, then this one is for you. This piece often reminds me of a bit of a city, like a magical city. But the message that this stone carries is one of receiving high vibrational love. So what I feel like this is in relation to your reading, group 1, is perhaps acknowledging your own divine potential and having perhaps big realizations about what you're capable of or what the possibilities are for you in your life's journey, with your life's work, with your evolution. So let's start with the past energy, group 1. We have got the 5 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, and the Magician. So what I see here is this could be actually a lot of different scenarios in the way this plays out, of course, being general reading, but I see a persistent issue from the past here that you're starting to learn more about your own ability to handle, navigate, or remove yourself from, potentially with the 5 of Swords. But for a lot of you, I feel like it's a matter of detaching yourself from a situation so that you can respond in a way that's more empowering for yourself and the people involved, potentially. For some of you, this could have a lot to do with a relationship that's been in your life for a long time, family, like situations of the past with the 6 of Cups here that you're learning to overcome in an empowered way. Magician is here, so you're looking at manifesting something great, something perhaps even childhood dreams coming to life is what we can see in this combination. Or perhaps just things that you once dreamed of doing. Maybe you're realizing that maybe you can do that, or maybe you can do that and more. There's just a divine realization, I believe, happening here. For some of you, time with family and time at home may have been very important of late, connecting with people from the past, 6 of Cups. But with the 5 of Swords there, this can also be like, you can be like a bit of both, where you're having nice time with friends or family and enjoying home space, but it could also be that a persistent issue from the past, something that you finally maybe released or let go of, or something you're still maybe in the process of with the 5 of Swords here. There's something that's been difficult. This is usually like a battlefield that someone's walking away from. So and with the 6 of Cups there, it just did make me feel like perhaps a persistent issue, something you've had to face over and over again. It could also have to do with childhood wounds and things that you've carried that you're learning how to overcome or heal from. So in the current energy, which I love, is the Ace of Wands. We also have the Queen of Cups and Temperance here. I love this energy. You're in a masterful state right now. The energy you're in is masterful. I feel like I'm just looking back to that 6 of Cups, and I see you really going deep with childhood wounds. Maybe it's past life regression sessions. Maybe it's something else, some kind of alternative therapy potentially. Maybe it's something self-led. But it is absolutely helping, and I see that there is an effort with regards to those deep wounds, whether they are from childhood or something else. It just you're really overcoming something, you're healing from something in a creative way too, I feel. So we have the Ace of Wands, creativity. We have the Queen of Cups and Temperance. This is such a beautiful healing energy for you. This week ahead is a time of creativity, personal self-expression, softening, meditation, healing modalities of all kinds. Temperance is here. Maybe you're abstaining from something that's not good for you. 5 of Swords is there too. Maybe that could be the thing you've overcome, something that you have challenged you for some time. Temperance, as you see here, she's in balance. We've got cupcakes on one side, we've got veggies on the other. A bit of screen time, but there's nature on the screen. So it might be time to get out indoors a little bit more, get out to maybe a natural body of water or just a walk in nature. Healthy eating, looking at what you're putting in your body. There's a lot of Cancer energy cards on the table here, and that is a home energy, a nurturing energy, and a nutritional energy. So that might be a highlight for you this week, thinking about what we're putting in our bodies and how we can help it function at its greatest to give ourselves a fighting chance in this world, right? It starts with the basics, and you have got the message of simplicity here and keeping things, like Temperance says, nice and simple. Sticking to what you know when it comes to the bare basics of self-care or any of the modalities you've got up your sleeve, the tools that you've got, use them. But keeping it simple, being creative. I see divine ideas here with the Magician and carrying on into the Ace of Wands as well. So if you might be getting some ideas coming to you right now, jot them down or record them in some way that helps you continue to manifest this, because you're manifesting something along with releasing something. There's a lot going on here, and it's like you're really stepping into this self improvement perhaps, or like an upgrade. I feel an upgrade is happening. And when I was doing this reading, pulling the cards, a song came through, and it's not going to be for everyone. So if you feel drawn to hear this song, then go listen to it. If you don't, then continue with the reading and move on. The song is called Voice of My Womb by Maya Stark, and it's a bit of a mother's hug sort of song. It will really hold you if you'd like to listen to that. Like I said, if you don't feel called, then don't. But Voice of My Womb by Maya Stark. Yeah, so moving into the reading again. We've got a pregnant lady here too, so maybe you are feeling like it's time to birth something new. Maybe you're feeling like it's time to really nurture yourself. Maybe you're feeling fertile with ideas or just new life that you want to nurture. There could be something new sprouting inside of you. Maybe it's a creative idea, maybe it's something to do with your career, maybe it's something to do with your health and your well-being, and just getting on track and looking after yourself. Like, this is a beautiful caring energy as you start your week. Any artistic ideas with this Ace of Wands as well, by all means, like paint, draw, sing, dance, run, like all the things. Do those things that call to you. Taking things nice and slow too. And there needs to be patience with this part of the journey, and that's very loud and clear. There needs to be patience with this journey. You need to see it through, or just hold tight, or however that resonates with you. You need to see it through, whatever that it means for you. You need to be patient with that while you see it through. So as we progress further into the week, we have got the Four of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, and the High Priestess. I feel like this High Priestess is almost some of what you're hearing in this reading today, and but some of it may be external information that comes to you later in the week. You may have a reading booked with somebody, or you may hear a reading or get some sort of download or information from Spirit that is maybe it feels a little prophetic, sort of gives you a hint of what's to come for yourself. But anyway, back over, starting, as we should move through, not going to the end, to back again. Four of Pentacles, and we're next to the Temperance. This is a time for budgeting. This is the time for watching who you let into your energy, into your home as well. That feels quite important for someone out there. You may be letting energies into your home that aren't beneficial to be around anymore for whatever reason. Maybe it's friends you don't resonate with anymore because there's a change you're going through, or whatever this might be. This might not be people coming into your home. It could just be into your life, your energy, into your DMs, like whatever. This is a self-protective energy, and with Temperance next to it, it feels like it's time to save your money, it's time to save your energy. We've got a few four vibrations on the table, which is, to me, is about building a solid foundation and not always seeing those results straight away, which again reiterates that patience message. It's time to sort of do a bit of groundwork to make something strong, stable and secure before anything else can grow on top of that, or things can develop and expand. We've got the Three of Wands next, which is another waiting card, actually, isn't it? All of these cards may feel like a standstill, or that things aren't and I think you don't expect anything to go popping off right now either. I kind of get that vibe, feeling that you know that it should be where it is right now, and the pace that it is accurate, or should be this way, whatever your pace is, which looks to be, slower. Three of Wands, though, you're waiting for something. You're waiting for whether that's a prophecy to come true. Maybe you've already been told a message that you're waiting to see unfold, something you're aware of, something you know that's just destiny. It's how this is meant to go, and you're just sort of holding tight, sticking to your plan, doing the right things as you see it unfold and as you just follow Spirit. It's what it's like this week. You're very intuitive, extremely connected, maybe even a little adventurous at times, like wanting to play or explore or go out for a walk in nature, like having that, as you feel those things, follow it, do those things. That little inner child might be speaking and giving you suggestion this week of things that it wants to do, you want to do. Do those things. follow through with those suggestions from the inner child, or suggestions of self-care, or just adventure, right? Not big adventure. It feels like, well, look, I'm going to hold it up. We've got simplicity. Keeping it simple this week. Nice and easy. You got a lot of blue cards here in the oracle as well, which I love for you. Maybe speaking your truth. Maybe it's also receiving truth and actually receiving information that's going to help you. But Three of Wands, High Priestess, you're waiting for something to come to you this week. There's something that, let's have a see. Okay, King of Wands. Okay, Five of Pentacles. Some of you may be waiting for communication from somebody you've distanced yourself from. Yeah, I see a bunch of kings in the energy there, so it could be a masculine energy. Good, might not be, it doesn't really matter, but I saw the King of Wands, Cups and Swords, and then the Five of Pentacles. So this could be an issue with somebody that you've had to distance yourself from based on indecision or lack. We'll leave that there though. This is more about you right now. You may have left someone in the cold, but let's go into the challenge and might discuss it there. It's considering we have got the Nine of Swords, the Three of Swords, and Chariot. So yeah, maybe at a state of indecision. Maybe this issue in the past hasn't quite resolved itself, and you're taking space to step back into your own power and refocus things, and then you can deal with that from a place of your own personal empowerment down the track. Like I said earlier as well, like there's something strong that's growing inside of you that maybe it needs protecting before you can show it to the world, or, you know, in that maybe your own confidence, maybe your own truth. Maybe that's what's growing strength. But Nine of Swords here is anxiety, and Three of Swords with the journal there, and it's closed, and is it locked? Yeah, I think it is locked. And the ink is spilled. It tells me that there's like a situation here that's really, really painful and hard to let go of, and that it feels that there's not going to be anything more written in this book. Like the ink is spilled. You can't write any more in that. And so now it's like, well, what way do I go from here? What do I do? There's something here that's like you can no longer give your energy to it. Maybe it's there. There'll be a number of reasons why. There's lots of books here too. I feel like as well, this group, you may be overwhelmed by a bunch of different areas of life, and one of those may be study. And like, I also get this feeling like you've put a lot of energy into something with all these books all around her. You've really maybe stayed up late investing a lot of energy, time, thought and love into something. And then on this card, there's no open books anywhere, and it's just one closed book. And you know, it is what it is what it feels, and it doesn't feel very easy. But you're here with the Chariot because it's time to make a choice. Which way will you go? You'll move forward from this either way. That's kind of all you need to know. I think, oh wow, look at that. You've got this card right above it, which I didn't see before. You've got Use Discernment, which is also street signs. So it's like, I see here. This situation that's very painful, it's hard to remove yourself from, you know full well. I just got a real like feeling about that, and you know what's the truth and what's the lie here. So use discernment in this choice that you make from this point forward. Who you let in, what you consume, every choice right now. It's a pivotal moment for you. It's how it feels anyway. And I love how that's right there above that. See things for what they really are, not what you want them to be. So back over to what will help with this challenge. First of all, the Nine of Cups is here, and I felt a visualization message for this one. So start visualizing all those wonderful things. Right now you're in the Magician energy, and you have the Ace of Wands coming up next with the Queen of Cups. This is a really empowered yet soft time for you to start visualizing what it is that you want, aligning to it, connecting to it. Like really think about all the blessings you already do have. Writing a gratitude list would be wonderful in this suggestion. With the Nine of Cups there, more of what you love, more of what your wish fulfillment is coming into you by practicing gratitude and literally writing it down. Like write 50. Challenge yourself to write 50. If that's easy, write 100. But do give yourself a challenging number and list. Do it. Write it down. But Nine of Cups here. Focus. Also understand that you do have wish fulfillment coming to you. And I think you know that as well based on the changes you're making. It's like aligning to something different and maybe something better. We have the Seven of Cups next. So part of that as well is as you do open your eyes up to what else is out there for you or expanding your horizons in some way, there may be a sense of overwhelm here as well. Lots of things you want to do, lots of ideas, or lots of different things pulling you in lots of different directions. So there may be a sudden explosion of enthusiasm or inspiration in a certain area of your life. And yeah, that can result in overwhelm and uncertainty of where to go. We've got the Page of Swords and Justice next. So this is about doing your research. You know, go and explore things, create relationships with each and everything until you find what works for you. Maybe, I kind of get that feeling if you are looking at different modalities or things that might work for you, maybe try them 3 or 4 times before you know if it's going to work for you, not just once and walk away. Like, give it a good inquiry. Page of Swords there is a very curious energy. It's someone who does their research. No stone is left unturned. It's also, like, see here, like an exploration of your own truth and setting things straight. Inquiry into your own karmic justice patterns, you know, things like that, your own life patterns and how life unfolds in certain ways repetitively. And I think it's like breaking those cycles here too, with your own self-inquiry and redirection into where you'd like to go. I think it's a very much looking at where you've been, what hasn't worked, like lots of that self-talk. Ace of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck actually here. Underneath that we have got the 6 of Swords, the Hermit and the 10 of Wands. So it makes sense for the 5 of Swords there too. Like, maybe you've been releasing for some time and healing for some time, but it's still been there and heavy, still trying to perhaps unpack certain things that you carry, or thoughts or experiences of yours. But you're here now at this new beginning. Ace of Wands, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, all on the table. So maybe not a new beginning in love. I don't really feel that for this group so much. It feels more about a new beginning within self, within your creative expressions, maybe within your monetary or physical reality, opportunities, personal growth, that sort of thing. So further guidance for this group this week, you have the Sun, the 4 of Wands, and the Ace of Swords. And I love this for you. This is literally the basic message of get out into the sunshine. For some of you, it's cold and dreary where you might be. Don't even know what to say for that. Without the sun, it's a bit tricky. But I guess you can be the sun. You can channel the sun in some way. It's not always only about being in the sun, but those that have that opportunity to go for a walk in nature and get the sun onto your skin, do so. I think it's going to be raining here a bit this week, but we'll try. Anyway, the sun is also about positivity, optimism and growth, letting yourself flourish, letting yourself see joy, letting yourself frolic maybe, skip through the field with friends, whatever it might be for you, spending time with the people you love, with your pets, in your garden space, in nature. We have 4 of Wands. To me, that is about community gatherings, and I see 2 of them here, these women coming together in circle. Maybe you'd like to join a circle. If you're in Brisbane, there's a beautiful circle we have here. Let me know. We can give you the details for that. Very casual space. This is also, community events. Like, go and do that thing you've been invited to, or that event you saw that got posted somewhere. Like, follow up and see about it. You might meet some beautiful people. You might expand your horizons a little bit. This is also about meeting with people that are on the similar journey to you with regards to your soul expression or your spiritual journey, perhaps. There's the truth will set you free vibe here as well. Allow yourself the patience. Like, this is what it feels like too. Like, this feels almost like a revolutionary too. It's like you're really, things are becoming clearer, illuminated, right, with the sun. For you to see your divine potential. Like, this is epiphanies, this is realizations, this is exciting as well. This is seeing potentials. This is opening yourself up to those potentials, seeing that truth, declaring that truth, running with it, like, you got the sword, you're running with it. It's a victory that you're going for. I see you starting to envision what your life is going to look like as you persist down this road, and you know it's going to be good. Further into the outcome, I love that little cap on the end. I'll show you. The World, the Queen of Pentacles, and then that 2 of Swords. I love that. It's like kind of cute. I thought it was a sweet message, because to me it shows that you just need to believe in yourself. You just need to step up, create more security for yourself, look after your body, have healthy routines, be the Queen of Pentacles, right? Embody her beautiful skills. She's very nurturing. The grass is green on her side of the fence because she waters it. Like, she's not looking for validation. She's not in comparisons. She is just there in her garden, in her home, in her work, in her body, whatever she's in, she's present with it and she's nourishing it. The world, to me, it's like leveling up. It's what you're going to do. It's what you're doing. You may be in a Four of Pentacles energy this week where, you know, money might be tight, resources might be tight, but you've got to understand you're going through a massive change here, and so you will flourish. Two of Swords here is, though, to just say you don't know it all and you're not going to see how it all works out, and some of it is a little bit daunting in that sense, but you do need to trust. There may be this head and heart pull, but what will help you see the truth is not trying perhaps so much, but just relax. Come into the sunshine, get on with your routine, do those things that ground you, and the way will show itself, and the truth in your heart will be a lot louder and clearer, whereas right now it might be a little uncertain and doubting. This way, that way vibes, right? This whole thing. How do I deal with this big pain? What's the truth of the situation? What's the best outcome? What do I do? You know, you just follow the advice of this reading, stay nice and grounded. We'll get to the Oracle cards in a moment with more advice, but this, like, you're developing, you're overcoming, you're completing a cycle. It's going to be beneficial for you, not just health-wise, but monetary-wise. Like, abundance will be great for you. Ace of Pentacles on that bottom of the deck. Like, this is fresh new baby that needs nurturing. Ten of Wands, that might be how you're looking at it. Oh, this is a heavy journey. Oh, I've got a lot to carry. You don't actually. You can let all that go. Let the weight let go and just be here in this moment, grabbing what's just here. Grab yourself. That'll do. Hope that made sense. Okay, so in the Oracle cards, I'm going to show you, first of all, how many beautiful blue cards you have. There's actually more. Alright, that'll do. I can't fit them all in my hand, but look at all these blues. Amazing. A bit purple, but you know. So we already saw truth and discernment. You have creativity, imagination, expression, originality, and passion, and I believe that is just what is happening to you right now in more than one way in your life. It could be creative expression through your own verbalization of your thoughts and feelings. It could be how you dress, or your art, the things that you're now interested in that you maybe weren't so interested in before, these new passions that are awakening within you. The creativity is here. The more organized and secure and structured I think life can feel sometimes can also open us up to that space for creativity. We have electric eel spirit, bring your ideas to life. And that sat directly above the Ace of Wands. So you do have divine ideas, channeled ideas, especially with the Queen of Cups. Some of you may be readers yourselves or have a lot of healing messages or messages in general that you can pass on to people. Very, very intuitive energy. But your divine ideas, bring them to life. It's time to actualize these things. You've got the dreams, you've got the potential. It's time to really show up for it. That's what I'm seeing with that. You have surrender to the divine, full moon. So there is a culmination in your life right now, something coming to a head perhaps. We've got the world in the outcome. So, you know, this is a completion of something. But it's also surrender to the divine, which sits above temperance, something to perhaps let go of, something you're done with, the end of a cycle. We have Cancer, and I kind of feel with the full moon is there's no astrological sign a link to that card, so I would say Cancer because that's where the moon is home. And then we have the Cancer card, Immerse, which is absolutely that. Look, we've even got a few. We've got the Queen of Cups, which I feel is very Cancer in that she's pregnant, and on the Nine of Cups we've got the Crab here as well. So you may feel sometimes a little self-protective. And I think there's a little message here to trust that you can, you know, you have a backbone and that you can stand up for yourself and support yourself with grace or softly or as necessary, firm but soft, without needing to be overly defensive or block out or push away the people that are actually beneficial in your life. So there may be a message for someone about that and a consideration to have. But this is also that energy of home, of nurturing yourself or nurturing your children. Maybe you feel like you need a little bit of mothering right now, potentially. It's also a message too, if you have been stuck in the home space, and to not hide away too much, and to also come back out into the world, especially with the Sun and the Four of Wands here. And what will help is, and the Ace of Swords, communication, honest communication with friends, collaborating and connection, or maybe not so much collaboration, but just connection with your community. Could be collaboration, I did say it, but I didn't mean to. We have simplicity, I did show you that before. Keeping things nice and simple is going to be the most beneficial for you right now, especially with temperance. Have patience while things are in flux, I was hearing, but you know what, yeah, maybe that's it. Just have patience while things are where they are right now. Maybe this too shall pass might be a mantra that supports you. This too shall pass. If you're having trouble with the pace of things, or what you're in. We have taking risks, and it is time to exactly do that. Break out of the comfort zone. Time to take that risk, take the leap of faith, do that thing that was hard or challenging to do. I like here as well, as it sits above the Nine of Swords, we see this bird looking to a beautiful new horizon, that she is too consumed by the pain and the memories to even look up and acknowledge that. But that's what's in the challenge. It might be challenging to acknowledge the new horizon. But use discernment, see things for what they are, not what you want them to be. And self-care prompts we have for this week are connect to the earth, taking a nice walk in nature, offering the trees what it is that you carry. They know exactly what to do with it. You don't even need to know how to offer it, because they just know. If you might like to connect with a tree in any way you feel. Sometimes just placing a hand on the tree and just letting it tell you whatever it wants to tell you. Maybe you've never done that before and think that you can't. Give it a go. More than once. Again. So we have the burning bowl ritual. You might like to do exactly that, especially if you're going through something you'd like to release. Sometimes writing things down and folding them away from you with intention is something you can pop it into release. Maybe you'd like to manifest things towards you. You could fold the paper towards you after you've written it. There's lots of little things you can do with a burning bowl ritual to make it your own, to make it feel special, and to fill it with intention. And you also had I thought these were a cute little connection here, where she does have the Ace of Wands. So you might like to do a nice ritual by the fire, or create a little fire for yourself, and connect in that way, to let go or to manifest. And you had make a meal. I love that one. It kind of makes me feel like goes with the simplicity card as well. Like, make it simple and beautiful, like just nourishing, and doesn't have to be all complex or fancy, but just do step up for yourself in that way and nourish yourself with this beautiful food. Cancer is that energy, isn't it? Motherly, homely, cooking, all of that really nice stuff. So that's what you're needing this week, apparently, group one. And that's what I have for you. So I hope that has resonated, giving you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. And I will read for you all again soon. By group one. Hey group two, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen this beautiful amethyst cluster, then this one is for you. And I love how it actually sat above this beautiful card, Divine Consciousness. This beautiful purple. I love that alignment on the table. Interconnection, expansion, oneness, and light. So this particular stone today is trust your intuition. Whatever it is that the Spirit has been talking to you about, trust it. Trust it without a doubt. You know, the messages you've been getting is what I saw when I felt this stone. Loud and clear. Been getting them for a while, I'd say. Yeah. And it's relating to changes that are happening for you, or things that are, yeah. All right, let's jump into your reading, group two. So with the past energy, we're going to start out. We've got Virgo's energy here. I might as well mention the signs I can see: Taurus, Cancer, Aquarius, Libra, and Leo. All right. Maybe energy, maybe not. All good. See a bit of Taurus here too, to be honest. Definitely Earth. All right, so the Hermit, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. And I had a little giggle at this one because, geez, it just felt like something's painfully slow, you know, and that's not the whole of this message, of course. It just felt like an underlying energy that things are progressing, but they're slow, and there's a lot to be done, and there's so far to go, and there's something you want, and it's just, maybe it's big and maybe it's long term. So there's a lot of angst about this thing. But anyway, well, let's slow it down and break the reading up though. The Hermit. Time out, reflection, a bit of space from the world, doing things on your terms for a little while you just recalibrate, recenter, refocus. There's been a calling with the Hermit, the Amethyst, divine consciousness. There's been a real calling to creative change, an expansion, an upgrade, an evolution of your own consciousness. It's happening for you. It's happening slowly. You're being dragged, some of you are being pushed or, you know, shoved, nudged, however you want to call it. It feels like it's one of those things. So you kind of, yeah, it's happening. Anyway, the Hermit, and the Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, these are all investment cards and long-term thinkers. So this is about steadily moving through the process and not seeing those results straight away, and being quite internal and searching and seeking the answers. Putting in the work. No stone unturned seems to be the collective message this week. I see steady, slow progress on your path ahead. That's what you've been investing in. It's what you're up to. It's where you're at. You may know some of where you're headed. You may not. You might not know how it's all going to turn out, but you just know that you've got to do this. What I see in this particular scornful face expression here, that, yeah, there's a little bit of like, this is so long, or this is a big challenge, or you're gonna have to break a sweat here. Like, it feels like that. You've got some goals. Maybe they're fitness goals. We can see that in the Oracle cards here. There's something you want to do, and it's going to take time to build something this awesome. And you know that. It's going to be worth it though, because what you want is quality and sustainable and long-term, you know. Maybe even to leave a legacy, that sort of thing. So current energy and where we find ourselves, it's kind of interesting. We've got the Eight of Cups, the Chariot, the King of Pentacles. So you've got a mixture of cards here. And what I see when I look at all of these in a bit of an overview is you might be finding yourself in a bit of a void zone, or like an in-between, between two states of being, or two experiences, two chapters, whatever you want to call it, where there's still a sense of inquiry and release of the past energy, while you are very well sure-footed on this journey into a different path, or further moving ahead and away from whatever the past has. So with the Eight of Cups and the Chariot here, it's like, yeah, you're leaving one thing, or maybe many things that just don't resonate with you anymore. They're not beneficial to your evolution. It's like something that just doesn't serve your benefit anymore, your growth. It's not there for that. So, you know, it's something you leave behind, whether it's behaviors, habits, lifestyle choices, connections, relationships, anything where you can't shine how you're supposed to, because you're being encouraged to shine, to rise up, to level up, to expand, to glow up, grow up, all those things. Like, it's a happening. And the Chariot's here with the King of Pentacles. So this is about you building your stability in the future. And so some of you, this is going to take some time. We've got Pentacles everywhere here. There's something, maybe you're trying to build a business up from scratch. Maybe you're trying to work your health and get yourself really fit and healthy again, and build more strength. There's really cool Oracle cards that show that, and it is a bit of a collective vibe for people I'm talking to at the moment. We're wanting to strengthen our bodies, or just look after ourselves in a more structured way that's you know, very masculine energy. So we've got King of Pentacles here, yeah, building stability. And what comes next is the Three of Wands. So what I feel for you is there will be moments of success, is what it feels like. Maybe that's through this week, where you start to see something come to life for the future. Something like you start to see a glimpse of what's yet to come, or you manifest the next step. It's that sort of thing with the King of Pentacles. But then there's this wait again while you expand into the next soul expression, or the next level of manifestation. So this is like a slow manifesting process that requires a lot of your discipline and devotion, structure and stability. Also your expertise, I'm feeling here. You've got I was going to say a niche skill, perhaps. Maybe maybe you do. There's something you've got. You've got skills. You've got experience. You've got something that you ought to utilize. And for some of you may be facing a challenge, and it's time to do things from a different angle or a different direction, so that you can find this success that you're working towards. If the success feels guaranteed, and it feels like one of those times you just got to trust and persist, or potentially adjustment is required and to do things a little differently. But anyway, 3 of Wands. We also have the 6 of Swords and the World. So as you can see with these cards, there's like a coming and going energy. And I don't know how you might relate to that message. Take it how it resonates. But it feels very much like that in-between stage, in between is some manifestation, right? Some expansion. And while you move through this process, there's a simplicity here. There's a sweetness. There's a need to trust. There's a need to trust in the opening, trust in the space that might be around you, whether that's space in your time, space in your mind, space in your environment, space to grow into, space to clear so it invites something new in, or so that can be an expansion, room for you to grow, right? It's what it feels like, creating space for you to grow, for you to flourish in the next chapter. Maybe you're doing a lot of prep work for something yet to come. And things will smoothen for you. Things are lightening. Things are getting easier. With the 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords, between all of this energy, it's like you're working on moving towards something more stable, building more stability, maybe your finances, your business, your career, your strength, your health, your fitness. There's so many different things this could be. But there's this element of waiting. There's this element of needing to complete old cycles. It's an in-between, whatever it is. Call it that. Anything I can say about this week ahead though, other than take it easy, take it slow, do the responsible thing. That's what it feels like here. Like get a to-do list and check it off. No pressure, no rushing. You have confidence what you're creating. Don't give up. That sort of thing. Stick to it. Build upon it. Build upon it. Keep showing up the next day. Do it again. That's kind of how it feels. Anyway, challenge. The 9 of Swords, the Hangman, and the Ace of Swords. Lots of negative thinking, maybe even self-doubt, right? Negative thinking with this 9 of Swords. It feels like it might be it feels like a persistent disposition, if that makes sense. It feels like something that creeps up on you, and no matter where life gets you, is still a thing that persists, potentially. But it also could have very, very well a lot to do with maybe just circumstantial, the anxiety over circumstance. However, it does feel like something that's always been in the background. It's something you really might be trying to work on to obliterate this time, like this voice that maybe encourages sabotage or doubts you, the imposter syndrome, no matter how much success you've had, and I see you've had a lot in your journey so far. It still says, whatever it says, that you don't deserve this, you're not worthy, or that whatever it might say, right? But it's not the truth. There's a real need to step back from a situation here with the Hangman, especially like how many more messages do we need about this anxiety feeling of being confined or stuck or stagnant or slow? Like you want things, but they're not here yet. You're in this in-between, this waiting period, this development period, just a need to trust. The Hanged Man there, it can be that feeling of hanging in suspense, but we've got the Ace of Swords on the other side of this anxiety. So it's like you need to shift your perception of this, where you find yourself right now. Like take a massive step back and see this from a different perspective, from divine consciousness perspective. Like if you saw yourself and where you're at right now from spirit's angle, a lot of your problems wouldn't exist anymore, because you just see that they're not worth it, or it's just not that way, or whatever, like truly. And I think you might have epiphanies just by hearing that. But what will really help see the truth is to step back, to allow space, time for meditation, to let go of the fear, to use positive affirmation to correct any of those negative thoughts. Like actually in that moment, nip it in the bud and correct it with the truth. Verbally, out loud, in your mind, repetitive mantra, things like that. Mantra works if you learn how to use it properly. Actually inquire there if you feel that would help. But there's a need to change the way you're seeing things with the Hanged Man and the Ace of Swords. Truth will set you free. The truth is a lot lighter than what you might be believing about something here. That's definitely for sure. self-doubt, whatever it is, not good enough of feelings, just, I get this feeling of feeling like blocky, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know what it is, this feeling of feeling blocky. That might not be for everyone, maybe just a particular person, just like holding it all maybe, or just feeling heavy maybe. And maybe it would be nice to clear your energy in some way. But yeah, sleeping better, like giving yourself good rest time, sleep time, like really stepping up for that and having a good routine to help with that would be good. What will help with the challenge anyway? We've got the Four of Pentacles and Seven of Wands reversed in Justice. So Four of Pentacles, Seven of Wands reversed, Justice. Well, sweet simplicity with the Four of Pentacles. It is a message of conserving your energy, your resources, not being overly scattered with things to tend to. Like Seven of Wands can feel completely snowed under, like you've just, too much has gotten on top of you. You've got too many things to deal with potentially, or that too many things are up against you, or you feel like, you know, it could have an overwhelming sense of competition in a certain area of life and wanting to protect yourself from that. But what will help with this challenge, I do believe, is, again, step back from the anxiety. Like I feel too much of an bogged down in the details and over attached to the, I was going to say crud, I don't know, just something like to take a step back and take a breath. That's what it feels like for sure. But also saving your money, saving where you spend your energy, saving your time. Focusing on only what is important, building solid foundation. We've got Seven and Knight of Pentacles in the energy you find yourself in right now. So any work you're doing to invest in something that is steady and slow and going to get you somewhere, then stick to that. Don't really branch outside of that too much. Maybe also pull it in if you're sort of feeling sucked into certain things that really aren't benefiting you right now, then pull back your energy from that and focus where you need to be, staying grounded. It's a self-protective energy, so maybe not wanting to let people in right now, and that's okay. You're still in a state. It feels for group two, it's like a really take care of you time, you know. Seven of Wands, reverse Justice. Yeah, we see the Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. It feels like this. I got a few messages here. One of these messages feels like you might be fighting up against something or keep running up against something that's not going to work that way. And so Spirit is going to direct you to a better way to deal with it. That's what I'm feeling for a big message for some. So if something's not working, step back and let Spirit talk to you. Meditate on it, do what you got to do, take a walk, like go do something else, like whatever. Just do what you need to do to step away from it and stop maybe trying to think about it or get the answer or whatever. Just, you know, let it come to you, because it will, because Spirit wants to reach you with a better solution. I do feel that. But also if there's certain things that need to be corrected, and only you can do that. So speaking your truth and maintaining balance. And this is also, you know, karmic repercussions for things that are imbalanced or unfair. So if you need to speak up, or in some sense, or to correct things, or to rebalance a situation, or to deliver some sort of repercussion, or, you know, the repercussions here is what it feels like. So move through those. If those are repercussions you're having from choices you've made, then navigate those without attaching too much, but just, yeah, do what you got to do to move through that, if that makes sense. Goodness, feels a bit mixed messagey. I see the Star on the bottom of the deck. It's just, with the Queen of Pentacles as well, it feels like it's really a time to just focus on your fitness, focus on your business, focus on your studies, your career, your healthy eating, like your pentacles. Focus on your physical reality right now. And lessening any drama, and just, yeah, taking it as easy as possible, nice and simple. Further guidance here, we have the Eight of Swords, the Empress and the Queen of Wands. I wanted to get confirmation on those two energies there, because we do have, you know, a couple people now in the reading, and it feels like it could have to do with that for many of you. Specific connections with friends. You might be feeling like there's a separation between you and a specific friend, or your parent, sister, family rift. Could be. Anyway, I'll get clarification on that. But so 8 of Swords here. With that 9 of Swords we've just come through, you're not as stuck as you think you are. I can see here that, like, let's just pull this up. Here's the answer right here, the Wisdom card. This card is about trusting the undercurrents of life, trusting that Spirit has a plan, and that while things might not look like anything's happening on the surface, deep underneath the surface, there's actually a lot going on. A lot within you, a lot within your mindset and your healing journey, but also a lot within your reality and what you're walking towards, like the fabric of life and the way things are manifesting and unfolding. There needs to be a trust there, because there is a wisdom to the way your life is unfolding, and there is a wisdom to why things are how they are right now. So there's a real need to just surrender to that, surrender to the bigger picture. Don't get so bogged down by what you can't control, but step back and allow the truth to reveal itself. Because you are being helped, you are being assisted, you are being moved into an expansion, to more stability, out of some chaos potentially, into something that's like a new version of you, a new world for yourself. 6 of Swords, the world, for some of you it's literally traveling across the globe, like to another place potentially. But anyway, that other place may be manifest in so many ways. It doesn't have to be a physical location, but it could just be like the whole reality, that it's just so different. You're so different from this path, whatever. Right. 8 of Swords. What do I want to say about it? You're not as stuck as you think you are. Basically, that's it. You're actually way more capable, empowered, and strong than you think you are, and you're manifesting greatness here. There's a need to be helped as well, I do feel. You might be someone who does not like to receive help, can do it all on your own, very confident potentially, or just doesn't like to be a burden. Maybe that's a barrier or a belief you have. Allow yourself to receive and to be helped. Understand that you do actually have more abundance at your fingertips than you give yourself credit for too, actually. I'm seeing here. I feel like there's a lot to be grateful for around you that you might be overlooking right now, and you know, maybe life happens, and that's okay. That happens. Don't be hard on yourself if you're not noticing your abundance, but also take a moment to step back and notice your abundance. You know, it's easy to get bogged down by trauma or stress. 6 of Wands is here. People are looking up at you and up to you. The Ace of Pentacles, people really, the Queen of Wands, like, damn, you've got some things to do. You've got leadership skills. You've got a business to take off. You've got something going on here for you. And it's time to step into these shoes, into this role. The Ace of Pentacles is here. You've got a new beginning, but you're healing still. 9 of Wands is underneath, you know, wounded warrior vibes. Tired, exhausted, actually. 7 of Wands reversed. Oh, exhausted. Limited resource, you know, how am I going to do this? I haven't got this, or I haven't got that. Like, lots of barriers, lots of like concern about not having what you need to get through the next step. But that's another thing you've got to trust with Spirit with. And then obviously co-create by alignment and good decisions. I see the Devil and the Knight of Cups there. Not a good decision. Anyway, so there may be addictions you're releasing, like maybe drinking or whatever. Something unhealthy, potentially. Something fanciful, maybe that's not reality or not stable. Anyway, that was just in a peek, and we don't need to pay attention because the attention is on you by the looks of it with the 6 of Wands. And I think you need to, maybe for some, get out of your concern of being in the limelight. If that's the worry that holds you back, like how are people going to receive you? How's it going to look? You're going to do well. The Queen of Wands is a mystic energy. She can be a healer, a reader, a leader of any kind. I don't know why I kept seeing like a group leader of a childcare centre. Maybe someone who's connecting to this reading. I don't know. Maybe you're looking at advancing in your career or taking the next level, the next step. You can do that. You're going to be loved for the roles that you step into. People will see all of the efforts you're putting in. People are going to see it. It's going to show. It's going to pay off. Yes, there it is. There it is. It's going to pay off. You need to persist. You need to keep going. You need to keep working it. Like, Like, I want to show you this card now, and I'm gonna, like, I wanted to hold it because it's so cool. 2 cards that came out, the way they landed on top of each other, I was like, that is the best message. So you got build strength, look at her. It's so awesome to see. And then you got be stronger than your excuses. Drop the excuses, you'll start seeing the results. And that's what I get here with like the Empress, Queen of Wands, and the Six of Wands. If maybe you're on a fitness journey right now, show up every day, because it's going to show. Like, the results are going to show on your body, on your skin, in your eyes, in your attitude, in how you see yourself, in how you treat yourself, like everything. And whatever it is you've been called to show up to with this amethyst where we started the reading at, like, do it. No delays, no excuses, like, very... I don't feel bad beating you up today, group 2. I don't. Sometimes I'm like, you know, I don't want to pressure you. Go soft, go slow. But no, not you, group 2, not today. I mean, things are going to be slow, but it's still like, I expect good things from you. So the outcome here, we have got the 10 of Pentacles, the 4 of Swords, and the 8 of Wands. Right? Just want to sit with that energy for a minute, because it's kind of like here and there and not yet and all the things. It's what it kind of feels like. Is it scattered? No. Is it here yet? No. Will it be? Yeah. The 10 of Pentacles, long-term success, business success, buying that house, big ticket items, just building something to last, something you've invested a lot of time in. When we started the reading of past energy 7 and Knight of Pentacles, you've already done some work here. You've already invested some energy and time. You just need to keep persisting and pushing forward, stepping into mastery, because that's where you're headed. Things that you want to manifest on a physical level, absolutely, absolutely here. The 4 of Swords is withdrawal, meditation, rest, healing. And we have the 8 of Wands as well. So this to me is not so much like a progression of steps or anything like that. It's like kind of a whole package tied off in a bow, where things will move forward, while at the same time you are releasing, healing, and moving forward. You're like, what I see in this actually is like where you're at on the inside, mentally, emotionally, energetically, just how you're feeling about yourself will be extremely reflective in your reality everywhere you see. And like, that is for everyone, but I just feel that is the extra message for you to take right now, because it basically is saying that as life unfolds for you, the timing of things, the events of your life unfold, they will be very reflective of your inner journey and how far you've come. So as you continue to progress with release, healing, shifting mindsets, moving out of anxiety, changing the way you view things, all of that stuff is it's co-creation energy. You're co-creating with spirit to make something magical in your life and moving forward. Like, there's so much energy here of movement forward, letting go. Like, the shit is staying away, it's staying behind you. You're moving away from something that makes life harder, and there's a lot of support and help. So let's go to the Oracle cards. Got all sorts of weird cheeky energy through this reading too, like playful and just kind of, I don't know what it is. Just want to play or joke or, you know, mess around, that vibe. So we got Rhino Spirit, overcome any obstacle. And I love this because, like, for such a boof sort of animal, it's got these beautiful flowers all around it as well. And the message here, well, I do feel that your persistence will pay off. I even see the crown on the horn. Like, this is a time to keep working at what you're working on. But it's also that message, if you're having trouble bursting through something and it's just not working a certain way, then to step back and let yourself be rerouted to a different way of dealing with something, a different way of looking at it. Because when you change the way you look at something, the very thing that you look at will change. It's ridiculous. Change the way you look at the world you look at will change. It's so very real. Maybe if you haven't experienced that manifest in your life, then practice in little things, little ways. Start looking at something differently. Just try it out, experiment with that. But Rhino Spirit, you have the confidence is key to success with the new moon in Leo. Lots of leadership vibes here too, and a new beginning with this new moon. So this is a time for you to step into this new, whatever calling it is, you've been called towards something. We have Truth. This card speaks for itself. It is time to inquire personal truth and to speak your truth. And anything that is not in alignment with that truth, it's perhaps time to let it go, to no longer engage, whatever it is, whatever it is. Your truth is shifting. You're starting to perhaps see the truth more. So it's time to act on that. And it also speaks to any relationships where you feel like you can't be your true self. Well, then perhaps it's time to seek out friends that, or people that you can be yourself with, be accepted and supported with. We had that card wisdom, so trusting the undercurrents of life and the wisdom of the way life unfolds, and that we don't control everything, nor do we know everything, but spirit has got a plan, and we can put our trust and faith in that plan. We can help that plan along by the choices we make, and it's such a long message, a solid message of a duration being longer than you'd like. We have divine consciousness, expansion, oneness, and light. I feel like it feels like an upgrade you're going through right now. We have 11th house of community. We did just speak on finding like minds. It would be really beneficial for you to link in with like minds on the journey you're on, whatever that might be. People that have already come before you, or to maybe even join an exercise group. Maybe you'd like to work with that collective energy, so people that have got common goals, so you can help keep each other accountable, that sort of thing. Building strength, and that is absolutely high on my agenda lately myself. Maybe I'm a group 2 this week. And like when we see fitness and all this stuff taking so long, well, that it is a long journey. It wants your commitment and devotion, and rather than expecting big results, it's more about the journey. We have drop excuses, we already saw that, and 2 more self-care cards. You had health checkups, so really looking at the physical reality right now and dealing with things, for sure. Taking leadership in your own life. This health checkup could be of any kind. Maybe it's emotional and mental health, maybe it's your physical health, maybe it's your spiritual health. We have sound healing, another beautiful practice. And when I saw this one, I heard that somebody needs to get their sound bowl, their bowls out. So maybe you've got your bowls and they're put away, or a sound tool of some kind that you haven't picked up in a while. So if that was you, get them out. Get them out and do a beautiful practice. Create a beautiful space. Maybe you would like to go to a sound bath that's in your area. It's another beautiful thing with a community group, that whole collective vibe. I think that's what I have for you here, group 2. I see the Star and the 3 of Swords here. Healing, heartache and pain, then the Magician. So yeah, everything's going to be just fine, group 2. Really fine. Really good reading. So I hope this has resonated with you, given you some sort of comfort, clarity or guidance for the week ahead. And that being said, I'll see you next time. Bye, group 2. Hey, group 3, and welcome to your reading. If you've chosen this beautiful piece of mookaite, then this one is for you. And I probably say this every time I pull the mookaite, because it is just so stunning. I just love that pastel, soft, creamy colour coming up to this yellow tip. It's a really, I don't know, it's beautiful. So, no surprise as to how these cards have come out on the table before me, given Jackson choosing this particular crystal and the message that it carries. It is a nurturing stone during times of high stress. So I feel like when I look at these cards as well, that's probably what we're needing. Maybe a lot of decision making, or a lot of maybe chaos, or just lots to do, overwhelm. Probably managing just fine, a lot of you, but there's still a lot going on. So in times of stress and overwhelm, beautiful mookaite can bring you some soothing. So let's jump into the reading. Where do I start? Group 3. Let's hope I do well for you this week, because it's interesting. All right, past energy. 5 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups. So what can I say about this? This whole reading is intricate, I've got to say. So I can see here that you're doing things differently. There's been some change in your approach, and that may very well I want to say it may very well be working for you, but we'll see. Okay, so Five of Swords, Four of Pentacles. So there's been a cutback. So for some, you may have felt there's been a cutback in your hours. Maybe there's been a cutback in your resource. Maybe you feel like intuitively you've been cut back, or life might be going differently right now. There might be something that's unfolding, I don't know, just a little differently. It could be life circumstantial, or it could be just how you're conducting yourself. But with the Five of Pentacles and Five of Swords, I'll consider the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, this is about giving up something that wasn't totally working out so that you can go back to the drawing board, or so that you can adjust something, so that you can make it solid, make it work, because the Nine of Cups is here, wish fulfillment. So this is past energy. You may have revised something, or something may have changed, and it's causing you to either, I heard, back to square one. That might be the case for someone, or back to a drawing board, or back to sort of focusing on what is required to make the wish come true, or what is required, what adjustment is required to make things work how you want them to work, to go for the outcomes you're looking for, to achieve what you want to achieve. So I see a change here in the past. So Five of Swords can be petty competition, it can be lose-lose situations, drama, it can be so many different things. But either way, it's like whatever this is, it's in the past, and you're more in a state now of, like, I guess, doing what you can with what you have got and trying to make something work for yourself. I hope this reading resonates. It's well, let's just move forward and see how we go here. For some of you, maybe needing to do a bit of spring cleaning and just sort of sort things out in your own backyard or in your own life. So in saying that, you may be called to deal with other people's dramas that you don't want to get engaged in or involved in. It may not benefit you to do, so you may be pulling back from other energies or things that scatter you. So like, yeah, interesting. Yeah, so maybe you're doing a bit of clearing out and spring cleaning, sorting. So there is wish fulfillment here for you. There's something that you want. There's abundance. There's something to come in for you. It's something that you're working towards as well. As we carry on into the week, we've got the Ace of Wands and the Three of Cups. This is a really beautiful combination. It means the energy you're in right now, things might feel like they're lightening or improving. There's just gonna Six of Cups there with the Three of Cups. So that may be reunion energy, catching up with a dear friend or someone that you want to hear from. You're likely to hear from them this week. While some of you, that person, there is a challenge still yet to be smoothed out between you both, which we'll get to in the reading. For others, this challenge might be in a different area of life. That's why I've been like group 3 this week. I hope I can read it well for you, because there's a lot of intricate details unfolding in your life right now that could have to do with so many different things, and some of you, it's all heaped into one situation. So take it out, resonates, group 3. But what I see here, I don't know if I said group 1 before, I didn't mean to, but what I do see here is a really good time spent with friends. Like there may be a birthday occasion literally happening for you or someone you know, a celebration of some kind that's going to be quite enjoyable to be part of, or just catching up with a friend. Maybe it's just a nice coffee or a women's circle. Maybe it's some kind of group that you gather with. I was going to say full moon ritual or something, but we're not really on a full moon right now. It could be anything, you know. It could have to do with the moon. And magic and divine channeling and inspiration and magic again and creativity. There's like, it's all here with this. There's something inside of you that you would like to create, to manifest. Maybe it's friendships and having a beautiful group of people around you that are supportive of your journey, or maybe it's whatever. It can be so many things. We won't break it down, but the point is, there are things you want in life right now, and there are some challenges to get through to get there. Anyway, further into the week ahead, we have got the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Two of Wands. So I'm going to get them all up because it's like all tied in and hard to read, but we'll get there. So I do feel, like I said, a bunch of things here. Like you may feel like at the moment you've got a lot on your plate. You might be dealing with someone else's drama in one area. You might have to catch up on your study in another area. You might be having a lot to do at work and maybe little energy or a lot of bills and little money to pay it. Like it feels like there's a lot of different pulls in different areas this week, different conversations to be had, and a little bit of exhaustion. Some of that exhaustion will come from a conversation had, not everyone, but I do feel here a conversation either with a friend or with your partner or someone who's very intimate in your life. There needs to be some air cleared between you both, perhaps, a truth told. It might be an uncomfortable conversation at first, but will smooth out to be okay in the end. However that okay manifests, it will be fine in the end. I see the Queen of Swords as your energy here though, so it may not be. Actually, I did feel a few things. At one point in looking at these cards, I felt that as a professional that you will get the advice from, assistance from, someone will help you step into your power and make a corrective action. So somebody who advises you, oh, that's not working, so do it this way, and you take that advice and it works. There's absolutely that in these cards here, somebody, a professional who can help you with something. For others, I feel like this is also you in the Queen of Swords, where you are being very discerning and truthful with somebody, and maybe setting the record straight, or just speaking your truth on a matter that has been perhaps a little hard to deal with up until this point. Maybe it's been elusive, or someone's avoided dealing with something, but you will deal with it this week, I do feel. So any loose ends you might have with a friend or a partner, or a conversation that needs to be followed up with, you can expect that unfolding this week, I would say. And I do see good results for that for a lot of you. Like it's so, I just don't know this week, group 3. I'm going to keep reading this reading and hope bits resonate as they need to, but it does feel like this could be so many things, and there's so many of you watching. So I do feel a lot of like trial and error with something. So you might be trying to work out a routine that works for you, where you can get everything done and really attend to the things that are most important. You might be writing to-do lists. You might be trying to get more structure in your life so that you can achieve what you want to achieve, because there's a sense of overwhelm and anxiety when it comes to something you want to achieve or something you want to get towards. Maybe you feel like, well, we do have the koi fish spirit, there is always enough. So you may be feeling like experiencing lack of abundance or lack of success, to feel confident enough that you can persevere with something and gain even more success. There's always enough. It is that lack mindset. So you might be finding a time like this week, a lot of, what I want to say, like while you may be getting a lot done in your physical reality, your mind might be somewhere else, still processing, thinking, stressing, overwhelmed, Moonology crystal, right? So you may not feel like you're being very present in your day. Even though you're getting a lot done, you're very busy, you might be still very busy in other places in your mind. And I feel here there's a need to just, we'll get to the advice in a moment, but it feels like it's a time to just do a bit of a stock take and see where you're at, and if the abundance in your reality is reflective of the abundance you feel, the prosperity you feel on the inside, because I feel like that's a bit of a barrier at this time. So there might be a bit of self-inquiry and some adjustments required on the inside, actually, as I look up and see adjustments required from the Moonology deck, third quarter moon. And with the third quarter moon, it tells me you're reaching, and the next card is reaches resolution. Like I was going to say, this moon is like it's growing into its fullness. So adjustments are required in how you're handling something, or maybe to pull back and not handle something, however it resonates. Like there's whether you need professional help with it, with the Queen of Swords, or maybe you need to be that sharp person that says no or not right now to somebody, just so you can do what's right for you. But yeah, I was going to say this adjustment that's required will bring you the resolution you're after, and not too long either after the adjustment, because we're not far off a full moon. And then the next card was actually a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. So the issue could be within your intimate circle, your friends, your family, your home, because Cancer is that place. It could be to do with, mother, the mother, the parenting, father. It brings issues to the stomach and the breasts, so that may be an area that you might be sort of wanting to nurture right now with Cancer. So yeah, I do feel with like whatever you're navigating that's a little bit tricky or intricate, as I've said a few times. Trust, just trust. There is always enough. So any lack mindset you have right now, you've even got the abundance card. Like, it is a time to really look at those mindsets, look at those limitations you might have, to shift those and allow yourself to be moved through co-creation with spirit, rather than doing it all by yourself. I see that happening for you here with the Two of Wands. Like, there's towards the end of this week, and what do I want to say? Oh, wrong one. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles. This, for some of you, you may have lost a job or had your hours cut or some sort of financial strain, or a very painful situation, maybe an abandonment wound triggered, maybe a person left your life and that's hard to deal with or accept. Whatever that 5 of Pentacles is, there's this real sense of lack there, but the 8 of Pentacles was the next card I saw after the 3. So there's an emotional attachment and maybe mental perceptions and belief systems based around this abundance lack, or lack of abundance, or lack of connection, or whatever it is that's lacking. But the next card was the 8 of Pentacles I just saw, which is the Two of Wands, in a sense, like to do something differently, to the adjustment that is required. And that was a self-mastery card. So to not be distracted, to streamline your attention. 4 of Pentacles, save your money, save your resources, focus where it's important, keep showing up and things will improve. It's that sort of vibe. And the 2 of Wands and the 8 of Swords, like, you know, you can stay here stuck and doubting and in this self-imposed prison, or you can do things a little differently and, you know, or utilize some professional advice, or just assert a boundary so that you can respect your own time and your own energy, so that you can achieve what you want to achieve, because you've got a lot going on by the looks of it. And a lot of it's really blessed and beautiful, and there's goodness here. And then there's a personal challenge as well. In the area of challenge, we have got the Tower, the Hermit. I see 2 very opposed energies here in just the imagery alone. Someone's very angry on the phone, and then someone's just relaxing and letting it all go and having a beautiful healing bath and connecting to their spirit. So you may find yourself in either one of these energies at different times this week. You may feel very angry at times. You may feel stressed. There may be, with this 9 of Wands, 9 of Swords situation, a very volatile conversation that you have with someone that need to take a step back, and maybe you need to just say your truth about the matter, and then, you know, with the Queen of Swords there. Or maybe something's just not working and it comes very apparent this week, so you need to do what you need to do to redirect. 4 of Cups and the 9 of Swords is also here in the challenge. So negative thinking and dwelling on things that don't work. Those are the challenges this week. You may be really consumed by some heavier emotions and hardness in your mind, in the way things are unfolding for you, in what you feel you're worthy of, in just, This reading was hard to start, and even during the reading, I find it hard to even articulate how I feel about it, because it's so I don't know, like maybe you resonate with that a little bit. Like, I wish I could articulate this better, but I just can't, and I probably need to be okay with that, right? And just keep going. Like, maybe that's your message too. So some time out. We'll get to what will help with the challenge, but the challenge is maybe just taking that space, taking that time out, and seeing the opportunity within this challenge, right? The opportunity is this golden cup that floats above her, spirit splashing water on her face, saying, come on now, wake up. Don't worry about these empty cups. There's something great just here. Spirit's again trying to reach you, knocking on that window, going, don't believe this bullshit. Don't believe it. Just open the window, let some fresh air in. Everything will be better. It's okay. Like, go take yourself outside for some fresh air, perhaps. Let spirit in, let spirit help you, let yourself be helped. You are being shifted. Maybe that's what you're resistant against, a shift or a change that's happening, that's actually spirit potentially helping you, that doesn't feel that way at the time. It'll be hard to say on a general reading, so let's just take what resonates and leave what doesn't. But there is anxiety and stress, there's anger, there's frustration, there's things that aren't working. That's the challenge, but it's going to be fine. What will help with the challenge? 7 of Pentacles, first and foremost, a beautiful card to see when we see so much volatility and mental overwhelm. Like with the 3 and 9 of Cups, 6 of Cups, like I want to look at what that blessing is because I want, I don't know, I just want to look at that too. Keep like seeing back to it, and I'm like, I feel like there's something really nice there for you. Early week, like current energy sort of area, not too far away. It's later in the week that challenge might arise. What do I want to say? We won't look at that in a moment. So 7 of Pentacles, this is investment, right? It takes 7 years to get fruit from an apple tree. So, you know, there's something here long term that you want to build. Abundance and prosperity, a great dream. And it's asking for your devotion. When we see this card, it's asking you to continue to work towards something even though you don't see the results straight away, and you may feel like, ugh, this is a big thing to do, you know, there's so much, so long, it's going to take ages. All of those thoughts may be overwhelming at times. 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands, sorry. Well, I'll consider the 4 of Pentacles, which is on the table. 4 of Wands, connection to community and being helped, like minds, not doing the journey on your own. We've got the Lovers here as well. So it's like, and when I see this is an investment in your spiritual path. This is an investment in your evolution, an expansion of your consciousness. This is choosing things in life that are just right for you. Rather, maybe they're not comfortable to choose those things, but they're right for you. It's also a message of, like, both of the 4 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles are cards of timing, in that it is an evolutionary process you can't rush. It's a becoming. It's the lotus unfolding, that sort of vibe. So you can't force something to happen quicker than it's going to happen. You can't force your development, your growth, your understanding of a situation before the right time. So move through the process, nurture yourself through the process, and don't, like, what I want to say, don't want to tell you don't anything. Do what you want. But what I see here is a presence is required. And I actually got that card here too, presence. Awareness, attention, reality, and connection. All of these cards have a deep sense of presence to them. They're not overwhelmed by the future or like wondering how things are going to work out, still trying to process the pain from the past. It's rather just being here now with this place in the journey you find yourself, and being okay with being here now, and then making the most of it, being very present to it. Like, literally connect to the bees, connect to the little creatures that are around you that are in your garden space, connect to the people you're spending your time with in your day right currently. Like, you've got a place to go or an event to be at, and be present there, be with those people, talk to them, listen to them, truly be mindful about how present you are, and not so overwhelmed with trying to work it all out and stressing and rushing, and just like, I see a bit of rushing this week, so you might be sort of getting here, getting there, just trying to sort of get it all done. Just take it nice and slow, be present. This is like, the 4 of Wands to me is a spiritual journey. Like, it's just learning from life in a beautiful, graceful way, because you can't fast track like these things. I know there's healers and people out there that will tell you can, but it's not even worth it. Like, just enjoy the damn journey. Don't, like, why do you want to rush to the bus stop if the bus isn't even ready to take you yet? Enjoy the walk. And even the King of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. Like, this is a time for leadership for you, and to follow your vision. And also another added message to be connecting with nature. 4 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles, and strength in the further guidance. Meditation, withdrawal, and rest. We have got the Hermit over there, maybe a nice bubble bath. But this is also you being mindful in your responses with people. You being mindful, just mindful. Think about that. It's funny. And with the 2 of Pentacles as well, like, I see a recipe for success and a change of the way you're doing things, but it's also a card that represents staying calm in the face of challenge and change. So when, you know, there's a lot to deal with, there's so many different opinions, ideas, people involved, whatever. It's just about navigating that as best you can, keeping your head above the water, and just staying calm and trusting that you can sort of make it all work together like some weird machine. Without too much strain or stress. Like, you can, yeah. I go to say some things and then I find it very, like, it goes so fast that then I find it hard to articulate that feeling I've just had. So I don't know. Maybe that resonates with where you're at. Finding it hard to articulate where you're at, maybe, and that's all right. That's fine. Don't bother. Like, I just let it go. You can too. We don't need to work it all out right away. If we're meant to know or pass on a certain message, it will come. Faith in that. So strength here, physical fitness strength, literally going for a nice run would be very helpful for you, or however it is your body enables you to move that is healthy and strength building. This is also courage. You know, it's that ability to overcome the lower nature, the ability to overcome whatever it is you're challenged by. See 222 then on the recording. I feel like this could be many different things, that you're just needing to overcome something and you've got the strength required, but it also requires you to, like we see, adjustments are required, doing things a little differently, navigating multiple things at once while just also trying to keep balance and equilibrium, getting enough rest, meditation and withdrawal from things, something that's not working again, needing to sort of pull back and revise. Spirit wants to guide you on that for sure, with how to do things differently that will work. In the outcome, we have the Page of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. I love this combination for such an interesting reading. Love to know how this resonates, Group 3, if it does. So Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. This is inquiry. This is research. This is perseverance as well. So some of you may be studying, this could be personal inquiry into your own psyche, into your own way of thinking, the way of processing, way of responding. For some, this is information required, like about this could be anything, honestly, like to do with your career or to do with some goal that you have. There's a need to get more information. And you will be doing that. You will be studying. You will be learning. You'll be advancing. You'll be curious. You will be opening your mind up to new ideas. There's new information coming in for you. We've got the Eight of Cups here as well, which is literally somebody studying, so that you may be having a lot of information, a lot to take in and study, so that you can utilize this information to create the change you wish to see with the Wheel of Fortune and to break an old cycle. Because these two combinations together, the truth will set you free from an old repetitive cycle. It's just not working anymore. And then you get to evolve. Something happens after that with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a blessing here. There's a change that comes here for you, but it requires you to be not afraid to go back to a beginner's mindset and to really open your mind, to let old ideals go, to let old things that don't work for you anymore go, and let yourself be changed in a sense, or let yourself see things from a different angle, or let yourself disengage and be free, so that there's space for something fresh to take place, whether that's a fresh mindset or a fresh love, fresh connection, fresh something. So what did I want to confirm? Let's go have a look up here at we did see the Six of Cups on it. I did remember splitting and seeing that. Oh, King of Swords, Seven of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this may be the person you have challenge with at this time, with the King of Swords, Seven of Wands. We've got the Queen of Swords here too. There may be a very honest conversation to be had. I think both parties are very self-protective though. There's a lot of defensive energy in this situation. There's a corrective action. I keep hearing there's a corrective action here. So maybe it's you, like enough's enough. I see the Devil there. Enough's enough on something. You're like, I want to do things differently. I want a new energy. I want a new result. I want a new whatever. You want something different. Whatever this is, it's been painful. And it's anxiety inducing and stressful. Lack of sleep. 10 of Wands. Heavy, carrying something from the past. The High Priestess is here. I see the Chariot. This is something, oh God, Group 3, I don't even know. The Moon, like you have some deep depths that you have been exploring and diving into while still trying to maintain this life on the surface or something. Like, I don't know if people even know how deep you're going with things at times. I think I get a vibe here, the group 3, you put on a pretty good front, like people, and it's not exactly a front, you are that strong, you are that successful, you are those things, but there's also something else going on that's very big on the inside that you might not let people see because sometimes it's hard to articulate. Well, we've said that a few times, but I see the 9 of Pentacles here in the moon. You know, I see you breaking off on your own with something. What else have we got here? The Chariot. You're moving ahead with more confidence. You're overcoming a challenge. Personal issue reaches resolution. Full moon in Cancer. And that is the Cancer card, the Chariot. All right, let's go up to the more oracles to wrap up your reading, group 3. Let's just reiterate, though, that the outcome is a curious nature and open mind and deliverance of the truth and receiving more clarity based on your inquiries. And open-mindedness will help you release something that's heavy and emotional and allow a change to come in, a change of season and an evolution for yourself. 2 of Wands is directly above that. It's a conjunction here with the 2 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune. So the old way isn't working. That's all there is to it. And so you will break free and change the way things are being done. As I look up and see the change card, and I think it's time to pull it, right? It is time to embrace change in any form that it may come. The Spirit is going to send you change in very different ways as well. Can be quite miraculous in the way it shows up. It feels very Spirit-led or divinely orchestrated in some way. Abundance is here. We saw that before. This is a time to receive and look out for a lot of abundance because you're on the precipice of this change that brings abundance in. It's also an appropriate time to mention when we see this card, that to acknowledge the abundance that is already within you and around you, because this message here, there was a strong, especially with the koi fish, there is always enough, a strong indication of some sort of lack mindset, whether it's your capabilities, what you believe your capabilities are, or your material resources. There's a need for self-inquiry, and that abundance and prosperity you feel and believe you have on the inside will then reflect on the outside. So it's an inside job that will create this change. And some self-care prompts you have for this week ahead was be still. It's a pretty interesting card to get when we have so much full-on energy in a reading of like just a lot getting done, or a lot of like busy mind potentially. It's a beautiful time she lays in Savasana, so maybe some yoga, but actually do that pose at the end. If you do like to do a yoga practice, don't skip that pose where you just lay there and breathe and do nothing and receive, palms up, you know. It's a very important step in closing out a session of yoga, I do feel. We have Connect with Crystals, another sweet and peaceful practice. She's created a beautiful circle for herself. Looks like some candles lit as well. You might like to do some sort of ritual or practice with your crystals, connecting with them, receiving their messages, their guidance, their healing and support. Moonkite might be a friend you want to bring along to that, for sure. And I felt like group 3, you might have been drawn to group 2. I'll just mention it in case you were. Have a look if you are, because there's some similarities. So only if you felt drawn, of course. We have a write a gratitude list. I literally said that just before, so maybe do that. And I do challenge you to do that. Like write 50 things or 50 people, places, things that you're grateful for. Just do it, write it down. It won't take too long. And if that's easy, then write 100. But do give yourself a challenging number. And you might stop at some point and then you think of 10 more all of a sudden and they quickly flow out. You'd be surprised. Really, really, and then also take note as to how you're feeling before the list and then how you're feeling after you've written the list, because there will be a difference. You've got plan a vacation, something really beautiful to look forward to. Planning for the future is here in the 2 of Wands as well. And ground yourself. Get grounded in your body, connect back to the earth. And I love this message, particularly when we have the presence card here. So even though things might be very chaotic in the mind and trying to work out the future or process the past, your power lies here in the now. And this whole reading feels very important to stress that, to really bring you into your presence, bring you into your body, where your power lies, here and now. So group 3? Yes. Oh no, wait, two more cards here. Got a lot of cards. You have Hearth and Heal, Chiron and Vesta. So this might be a nice time to just spend time at home healing, like quite literally. The Chiron is the wounded healer, and we have the Nine of Wands here in your energy. So there's some stuff coming up. There's some wounds coming up this week, likely to needs a bit of healing and a bit of gentleness, a bit of rest at home. Hearth. I feel like going to the book for Hearth, and we will. There it is. I'm feeling drawn to go to challenge, so I will. Vesta warns you to share yourself rather than sacrifice yourself. Your hard work at holding the situation together may be ignored or taken for granted unless you know your worth. It's a consideration. The gift of this card is to find the temple within, a place of quiet safety where you can tend the fire and carry this sacred temple. You carry the sacred temple with you always. And the action is evaluate yourself and your life. Each human's task is to help reduce the total suffering on earth and increase the total joy. Your joy and suffering matters as much, neither more nor less, than anyone else's. Do not burn yourself up for another's cause, nor withhold your warmth, but share what you have to offer. This is not a situation where you need to take sides. Come back to the center, to the flame of your hearth, and to your core values. Focus on that center flame instead of the personalities involved. Remember what matters. Find that deep calm within. Light a candle with a prayer and use it to bring your focus to the center and let the rest fall away. Then decide, advise, and operate from there. It may be time to take a retreat, a chance to clear yourself, clear your energy fields, cleanse your environment, reclaim your temple. If a relationship is truly of value and important to your soul, the person or team you're involved in will honor your process. I love that. And with the Chiron heal, there's really some deep healing going on here. I'm glad I read from the book for that. And then we even finish with the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So a time to nourish yourself. Lots of self-love needed. So group 3, I'm finishing at 33 minutes. That's a big reading. I hope that it has made sense, resonated, and given you some sort of comfort, clarity, or guidance. And I look forward to reading for you all again soon. Bye, group 3.